Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Who Are You podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Connor Overbay. Shannon Overbay is in the other seat over there.
Hello.
If this is your first time checking out the show, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're always happy to have a new listener, a new watcher, any way you guys are taking in our content. Make sure you guys give us a follow on the social media. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod from everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the normal spots. You guys know where to find us nowadays. Also, make sure you're checking out the YouTube channel, Who Are You Podcast. You'll be able to find us there, as well as the DGen Bets Sports Betting Podcast. Make sure you leave a like, a subscribe, a follow. You guys know what to do. Today, sitting down with a very, very special guest, someone who's been on a bunch of other shows that I've seen. Shout out to OG Sessions. This is how I became a little bit more aware and get to learn a little bit more about you. Today, we're sitting down with E.T. Welcome to the podcast, my man.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
Hey, I love it. And the thing I loved after I was taking a little bit of a reading on you is how deep your voice is, right?
Yeah.
So I've had that as well, where I've talked to people and they're like, you have such a deep voice. And people, I think I sound like Kermit the Frog whenever I'm talking in the show.
Yeah.
And it's just funny. I was doing all the read-ups on you, whether it was, what were some of the write-ups? Voyage Magazine, shout out to them, been with them as well. And you have a very interesting background, man. I was super excited to get here and sit down and talk with you today. And thank you again for I know you had such a crazy, busy schedule earlier today.
Oh, man, it was a crazy day, but, man, a lot of it was planned around this, so Connor, Shannon, thanks for having me.
Of course, my man. Before we get too deep into the show, if you want to let everybody know where they can check out your social media, website, I know you have your nonprofit, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, E to the T, E the number 2, THET. My foundation, Nothing But a E Thing Foundation, NOTHIN, but a E Thing. And you can check me out I'm an on-air producer here locally at 1010XL 92.5 FM. Come check us out Monday through Friday from 6 to 10. We're a riot. Myself, Dan Hicken, and Jeff Prosser.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And obviously, love talking about the Jaguars as well. You know, we were talking about sports betting show. Shannon's involved in that. And
that's what's up.
Yep. Me and her have gone to many games together. I've been a lifelong Jaguars fan. The top game I've ever been to this day is the one where we were down at the Chargers. Like, we were down like 24-3.
Oh, I was in the building.
I have a video that's infamous on our channel. That's a video of her freaking out whenever we got that last-second field goal. And still to this day, I love the Jaguars, man. But what happened last week? Man,
it's a love-hate relationship, man. I love them boys so much, but at the same time, I can hate them. It's just, they frustrate you. Mm-hmm. But that's just us as a passionate fan. Like, we love them. We want to see them do well. And when they don't do well, we'll let them know that they're not doing well.
Exactly. You know, I was saying this a couple weeks back, the Trevor Lawrence experience is very, very high at sometimes.
Right.
And then it's very mid, and then out of nowhere, there's just that deep dive, and then we come back up. It's an interesting thing, and obviously wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Jaguars, what we're currently in.
Uh-huh.
Do you think Lawrence is our quarterback in 5 years?
Oh, in 5 years?
That's what I was going to say.
I don't know, man. I don't know. He'll definitely have to pick up his play. He was brought in with so much on his back, being that quote-unquote generational talent, and there was so much expected out of him, and he hasn't really shown that generational talent on the field. Now, he's had to deal with a lot also.
Very true.
His rookie year, I mean, it was tough with Urban Meyer. And then in comes Doug Peterson. And it looked like it was trailing upwards, but then come to find out Doug don't even care. Mm-hmm. So now, then, had Bevel as an interim coach, but now we got Liam Cohen. And, they're still learning each other. And, so it's just been real rocky, real shifty for Trev, because it almost seems like everything has to be perfect, but we all know that ain't going to happen. So if you really are him, you got to work with what you got. You got to, the cards that you're dealt with, you make something happen with it. He just hasn't really made it shake the way we wanted him to make it shake.
And the one thing I will give Lawrence as well is we've had a historic amount of drops. Mm-hmm. So I give him that, where when you get to the point why he has so many rushing touchdowns this season is because he's just like, who am I going to throw it to at the end of the day? With BTJ dropping the ball, Travis Hunter's out for the season now, which is very sad. But I'm excited to see him get a little bit more muscle on him, get a little bit stronger, and I think he is going to be a baller one of these years. I just wanted him to kind of like Jalen Ramsey. When he first came in, he was kind of that skinny defensive back, and then he got bigger and bigger, and now he's playing safety for the freaking Pittsburgh Steelers.
Correct.
And I think that's what Hunter's going to be. I do think it's going to get to the point where they make him choose which side of the ball he wants to be on.
Well, I don't know if he'll have that option or not, but I think he needs to pick one.
Yeah.
And I would like to see him more on the defensive side with packages on offense.
I like that.
because it seems like right now he's on the offensive side with packages on the defense. No, let the man do his thing on the defensive side, and then and create packages for him on the offensive side.
No, I agree, man. It's an interesting season. The season's not dead in any way, shape, or form. We still got a lot of time, and us Jacksonville fans are also still trying to learn how it feels to actually have a team that's somewhat winning, and you are excited for every Sunday rather than every Sunday, oh, here it comes again. We get to see what happens.
But every Sunday, I'm going to be right there. I'm going to be locked in.
Yes, sir.
That block is always designated for the love of my life, those Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes, sir. And let's get into the story of your background, my man. So where are you originally from?
I'm from Clay County.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Born and raised in Green Cove Springs, Florida. All my life, outside of my time in the military, and even the military even brought me back to Jacksonville and Clay County.
That's amazing. Did I see you were in the Coast Guard, correct?
Coast Guard, 7 years.
Shout out, and we appreciate your service as well.
Thank you for y'all's support.
Hey, no problem, man. And so what was kind of like your interest growing up, right? Obviously, like I know you're into sports and everything now. We were talking about you being an avid golfer before this. What was kind of like your childhood like? Were you into sports, or were you more into just like the reading side of it? What was kind of like your thing?
Oh, I was going to NBA.
Hey, there we go.
I thought I was going to the NBA.
Yeah.
And then that growth spurt never hit. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm going to the NFL.
Yeah.
And then that never happened. And, once reality kicked in, but before all of that, I was always an entertainer. I was always an entertainer. And I knew I wanted to do that in some way, shape, or form. I didn't know what it looked like, whether it was going to be radio. I know it was going to be TV, movies, whatever it was, but I knew I was going to be an entertainer. And even when I was in the military, I can remember vividly like doing fuel cows on helicopters. Boy, we hated doing those fuel. Nobody wanted to do a fuel cow because of fuel calibration.
Okay.
Because A, it takes forever. B, when you're done, you come out smelling like jet fuel. And C, like they're difficult. It's not the easiest thing. And so I can remember the higher ups would assign people to do their job for the day, and some of the guys were like, "Nah, come on, you doing a fuel cow with me?" I'm like, "Dang!" But they would always be like, "Nah, don't worry, you don't got to do nothing. We just want you to be around."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because just the personality, and that's
keep the mood up.
I'm here for the vibes, baby. Always here for the vibes, and that's just how my life always been. I always said, even that I was medically retired from the military. And in my speech, I said, and I tell this to all the young kids too, as long as you're liked, you'll always get far. Like a likable person, people want to be around a likable person. People want to do for a likable person. So as long as you're liked, you'll always get far.
No, I agree with that as well. Like, I'm sure Shannon obviously knows this through being around with me all the time. Like, I'm big on networking. I feel like your network is your net worth, and also being that real person, right? Like not having a mask on when you're going and talking to these people.
You got to be authentic with it.
100%, because you can only hide that authentic self for so long. And that's why I do these longer interviews with people, because I want to see, because I think it's interesting to sit down and talk with people, because obviously a lot of people come on here and they want to promote the great things that they're doing.
Correct.
And we've had a lot of amazing people on here, but we've also had, artists, aspiring models and stuff. And it's interesting to see what people are like on the screen rather than off the screen. Right. So that's why the hour and a half kind of comes in to really see like what's going on with people, because I feel like that's the only way you can really learn someone rather than a 30-second clip you see on social media. And no, that's amazing, man. The vibe things is huge. Obviously, like with what I do, I work in HVAC.
Okay.
And, if I have the right crew with me that day, that makes the day go by so much quicker. And it just makes it way more fun. Shan, she's one of those people, she has to break out of her shell a little bit. When she gets to know you, she gets a little more excited, more willing to talk.
But again, it's about the vibes. So if you have good vibes, it's a lot more easier.
It's easier to come out that shell.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. So like our doormat says good vibes only.
That's right.
So a motto I live by.
Absolutely. People will preach it, but they'll preach, I'm good vibes. No, you don't live that life for real. Like live that life for real, that you'll live a long life.
Oh yeah, man. Especially with what I do, like with me going into people's homes every single day, who do you think is normally home in the middle of the day, right? Usually it's the wife or the mother or something. So I'm 6'4", 6'5". I'm nowhere near scary looking, but it's still a big guy guy coming into the house.
Right.
So I try to be that, happy, gentle, like, what's
Absolutely.
up? How you doing? Just so people always feel comfortable, and especially doing this, right? We've had a lot of women come here, and we had one person, she was like, I was afraid, I didn't know if you guys were real or this is like a dangerous thing. I was like,
She thought it was like a gotcha TV.
Right, but I mean, in the life that
That's
today's
true.
day,
It's true.
Like it's
Very
better to be
true.
safe than sorry.
especially on the female side of things,
Absolutely.
right? Like me as a dude, I don't ever think I'm walking in to like get killed or get my ass beat or something. Like if someone
Yeah.
invites me onto a podcast, usually I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go do it.
For real.
So getting farther into your life, right? So obviously you said you played sports and everything. Did you play football longer or basketball longer?
I want to say I played basketball longer because I started basketball at a younger age.
Okay.
But my football career was a little more prosperous than my basketball career was.
Nothing wrong with that. I played basketball for about 9 years of my life too. I did AAU, travel ball,
Right.
all that. And it got to that point where you were saying there's those different levels, right?
Right.
Where we played against like Grayson Allen and all of them from Jacksonville at that time. And
Grayson's that dude.
monster.
Who?
To see a guy like him jump out of the gym like that,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can't
White
do
boy
that.
got bunnies. He just dropped 43 the other night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's cool to see that representation of Jacksonville coming
Absolutely.
around. And, we had Patrick Young that was over playing in Florida.
That's my boy.
Funny enough, coming on the podcast here in a couple weeks.
That's my boy.
Yeah, I'm super excited to meet him because I watched him playing at Florida. I'm a big Florida Gator fan,
Yeah.
and watching him play and then hearing obviously what the accident and what all happened afterwards and seeing him still prosper and
Talk
try to
about
tell that.
energy and vibes. Patrick Young, because he has every reason to not bring the energy. and
Exactly.
vibes. He literally has every reason. But every time you see or talk to Patrick, he got the biggest smile. He's always encouraging you, and he's somebody that you always want to be around. When you're in a room, if you see Patrick, you want to go stand next to him and talk to
100%.
him. That's who he is.
Just seeing his interviews from the past, it's amazing to see him. And I'm, like I said, being a fan of his from when I was young, like someone gave me his phone number. It was TJ Ward. He connected us, the gentleman from the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, I've talked to Patrick and he may be interested in talking to you. I was like, really? And I
Yeah,
completely...
Patrick Young want to talk to me?
Yeah, like I
right.
was completely thrown off by that, but no, he seems like a good dude. Super excited to have him here on the pod and, get to pick his brain just like we're doing here now.
Yeah.
So what position did you play in football?
Oh, I used to tote that pill, man. I was a running back.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
How big were you back then?
I was always considered bigger.
Yeah.
Like, I was tailback / fullback.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
So I was always like one of the bigger, meatier kids.
Yeah. What where'd you play for?
Clay High School.
Okay.
The Blue Devils.
The Blue Devils.
Hey, we were real.
Nice.
We were real. We lost in the what is it before the finals? The semifinals.
Semifinals, yeah.
We lost to Denellen. Remember that like it was yesterday. We were up, I want to say about 21. The stadium started emptying out because they knew that we had the game on lock.
Yeah.
And we were going to meet Bowles in the state finals, who we already beat earlier that season.
Bowles has been at school for a while too.
And that team had Riley Skinner on it. Riley Skinner, Max Higgs, Rocky Ross. I remember all of that.
Really?
Riley went on to go to Wake Forest. Rocky Ross went to UCF. Max, I don't think he went to play anywhere, but Max was that dude. He's still around here in Jacksonville.
Skinner's still here actually. I actually went and took care of his house a couple months ago. Yeah.
I talk to Riley every Thursday. Actually, he's on our show every Thursday.
That's right. That's right.
And he coaches up at Bowles as well. But great guy. But he was a quarterback. He went on to play at Wake Forest and was the ACC Player of the Year. I want to say 1 year.
Wow.
But yeah, we were on our way to go tap their ass again, but Denellen, a lot of fluke stuff happened, and we ended up we choked it away.
It happens. It happens. We watched it happen this past Sunday.
Ours was similar to that. We was up 21. Oh man, yeah.
It's just painful. It's painful.
It is.
I understand, man. And from there, did you go on and play college ball at all, or did you more go to college for academic afterwards?
No, so I didn't go off and play college ball. I elected to stay home because the scholarships I had, they weren't full scholarships, and I could have stayed home and went to school for free.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. I went to FSCJ,
Same,
and St. John's River Community College at the time.
Oh, nice.
So I did both of those. Ended up at some point, I didn't even finish my AA. I joined the military, and then when I got out of the military, I finished my AA, and then I got my bachelor's degree. I was talking to the mother of my child, and she was like, "I think you should go finish your degree, so that way our son could see that we both started and finished school, because she has her master's degree."
Oh, wow.
And so at the time because I was debating whether I was going to go to barbering school or go finish my degree. So I ended up finishing my degree, and then I went to barbering school. So I did both, and then I went back to school. So I got 2 bachelor's degrees and a barbering license.
Wow, man!
I've done a lot, man.
It sounds like how old are you? Don't mind me asking?
39.
You've done all that and you're 39, man?
Oh, yeah, man.
Good for you.
I appreciate it.
What are your degrees in?
Converged communications and sports radio and TV broadcasting.
Makes sense. And that, I feel like the radio side is one of those things, right? Like that was the pinnacle before. Obviously, we have social media and everything now, right? The way people listen to sports and watch things, or really just listen to things back in the early days, right, was the radio side.
Yeah.
And I still find myself, I get tripped up on words, or I get excited about asking this next question kind of thing.
Right.
How do you learn that in school, right? How do you kind of go through that, get a college degree in sports radio and all that?
It's like a lot of it, they can't teach it to you. Like they'll teach you like the etiquettes and stuff like that, but a lot of it can't be taught. It's either you have it or you don't. If you know how to talk to people, if you're a good storyteller, if you can illustrate what you're talking about for the listener to see what you're saying, and that can't really be taught.
Yep.
No, I can definitely understand that because, I'll be sitting there listening to, say I'm not at home, I'm listening to the Jags getting played, and listening to a color commentator is really interesting.
Commentating, yes.
Because you're really getting into it, and as you said, I can see what they're talking about as I'm listening to it, and they're doing it so effortlessly that you wouldn't even really know that this is something that's learned and tried, right? Like I would like to think I could go do it. I know I couldn't go do it until I practice.
It's like freestyling. Like people who really can freestyle, you give them a word and they can freestyle. Well, that's what color commentating is. It's just a natural thing that they're good at, being able to draw a picture with your words, and that way the listener can actually close their eyes and see what you're talking about.
Exactly. Was there a part of the schooling or a part of maybe getting into the job that you found actually like really difficult? That was a skill that you feel like you had to take a little bit more time to learn on that side of things? Yeah, the art of storytelling for sure, and like being able to like actually really use your vocabulary, your vernacular. I learn new words every day listening to Dan and Jeff. I learn new words all the time when they're telling stories. The words that they're using, it's like, oh man, I'll write them down all the time and ask them, because you always can learn. And then in my industry, the way that they tell stories, it just grabs, you're just in awe. When Jeff goes on a rant, a Prosser rant is the best. If anybody's never heard a Prosser rant, tune in at 6 a.m. after the Jaguars lost. Oh, he gave us one this past Monday. I think I watched it. Oh, this is an epic one. And it's just the art of storytelling, and that's something that I always want to work on in my craft. No, and I agree with you on the being able to be a good orator, right? It's hard to not use the same words, and I find myself doing it a lot, and I'll do it when I'm listening to my recordings, and I'm like, Connor, stop saying that over and over again. Like one of them is like, oh, I 100% agree, or yeah, or something else, or the ums and buts and blah.
Yeah, those are the fillers, but you just want to be intentional about it.
Exactly.
And the more intentional you are about it, you'll work on it, and it'll get better. Oh yeah, just like you say, you used to hoop when you're in the layup line. You keep missing that right-hand layup or whatever. You just keep practicing it.
No, 100%, because it's one of those things, as I just did it again, as I caught myself doing it. But really just sitting there and listening, and as you said, being intentional, that's something I have worked on, and Shannon's done it herself as well. It's asking some different questions, or maybe wording it in a different way so it can stay fresh, and they're not like, oh my God, this question again? What are we doing here? Right. But it's a fun thing, because the art of conversation is interesting, because we use it in all aspects of life. Business, our wives, significant others, everything, friends, and it's funny is people talk to each person in a different way. I have my very professional where it's always yes sir, no ma'am, all that kind of stuff. And then, me and my wife can let it go free, where me and her talk shit to each other or whatever it is, and she knows what I'm saying. We can look at each other and know what we're thinking. And then you go and say, talk to your boss. Oh, yes sir. Say at least me personally.
I don't know. Well, it's a little different with me. I mean, yeah, but I talk to my boss kind of like the same.
Yeah.
Like, it's still respectful, but in the morning I'm like, boss man, what's happening?
I like it. I like that.
know?
With mine, ours is all military, like all of our bosses, and they're nowhere near hard asses, but there is that sense of respect. So it's always yes sir, or
Correct.
going through and everything. So let's go through actually you into your career now, right? So you get out of school. What was the first job out of school?
First job out of, well, I was already grown.
Okay.
Like while I was in school, I was a grown man for both of my degrees. But the first real one was Cox Media Group. I was a board operator at Cox Media Group. I think I'm 32 at the time. Pushing buttons. That's literally all it was. I still have a check stub to humble me because I think I was making like $6.25 an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Working overnight, Friday nights and Saturday nights. I can remember leaving like some bars and clubs because I got to go to work. So all the homies are partying, but I got to go to work.
At 6 a.m., right?
No. This is 11 till 7, 11 p.m. till 7 a.m.
Ooh.
This is before 6 a.m.s. So this is 11 p.m. till 7 a.m. because I had the overnight shift, but because I was a low man on the totem pole. And so, I mean, I had to do that for a couple of years, and that's before I got my internship with 1010. And that's when you use your talking skills and your abilities. I'm good at interviews. I'm good at making somebody like me. And I got a internship with 1010 that turned into an interview. That interview turned into me being the producer for Jaguars Today for 1010 XL. And I did that, I don't know, 5-6 years before I was upgraded to where I'm at now with the drill.
That's sick, man. That's sweet.
A lot of work, though.
I believe it, man. And to really, you make that jump, right? You're working those extra graveyard shifts, to really show that you want to be there. And then, as you said, you took that chance to really go out there and also meet someone, and as you said, make someone like you, right?
Absolutely.
People only want to work with people that they actually like.
Yeah, they don't want to work with no jerk.
No,
they're like, no, bro. And it was just simple as an email. I sent them an email like, hey, I interned with y'all. I had a blast doing it. If something ever opens up, just keep me in mind. Like, I don't know, like 6-7 months later, they shot me an email and said, hey, man, we want to bring you in for an interview. Wow. And the rest was history.
That's so sweet.
Did you intern with them for your degree?
Actually, yeah. I needed to intern with somebody, and I interned with 1010. Now, mind you, again, like I'm a grown man at this time. I got a whole 2-year-old kid. I'm making $6.25 an hour. So sometimes it was tough. Just the stuff I had to do, like folding T-shirts, and I remember we would have to go to the Jaguars games, and like it was like the promo team. We were playing cornhole and everything with all the fans and stuff. But I couldn't go in the game because I didn't have a ticket to go in the game. But I just made it what it was. I made it fun. Just met people and built on it and made it work for me.
That's all that matters, is just pushing for it, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what we sit here and do every single day, right? Every single week we put out an episode is to help get us closer. Really, I'd say there's a goal, but I guess it's really just the point of just putting that story out there about local people here in Jacksonville. And it's just, I guess, more perfecting the craft of it, right?
I'm glad that you said, there is a goal. And something that my brother would always tell me is, it may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, it may not happen a year, but I guarantee you it will happen at some point. However, there's 100% no doubt that when you stop, if you stop, it won't happen.
Exactly.
So you just got to keep at it.
Keep it. I say it's just like a shark. Once they stop moving, they die.
Correct.
So no, it's definitely one of those things. And I know I said there wasn't a goal there. I guess I really misspoke. Really, the goal for our show is more of get a standalone building, right? Get something, whether it's on our property or somewhere else, and just try to expand it a little bit more. We would love to have more of a full set, more than the single camera, and that's all things that come with time. This set took 4 years for us to really start planning and getting everything put together, but it comes with time, as you said.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Remember when you started what it looked like, and now look what it looked like.
Exactly.
You're 184 episodes in?
Yep, you're episode 185 today.
Yeah, talk to them.
Oh yeah, man, it's been really cool, and we've actually had the chance to sit down with some ex-Jaguars players, like Neil Sterling came on, tight end with.
I did an event with Neil before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
so him and his wife are awesome, and I went to their business. They have ISI Elite Training.
Yeah, over in Town Center.
Kicked my ass. Oh, it was just death. I thought I was like, I was an athlete, and I work outside. I'm manual. No, they absolutely took me to the ground, and my legs weren't working the next day. It was rough, but a great workout. And, it was cool to hear his story as well. Like, he talked very openly about his concussion issues and like, kind of what made him stop playing football. Got to sit down with Mr. McManus once as well.
Tommy Mack.
Yep.
That's my boy, too.
Yeah, it's a super nice guy. Where he hasn't been on our show, but I went and did the Horse's Mouth a couple, probably like last year as well. And I think we may be doing another one here soon.
Real passionate dude.
Meeting him, he's a big dude, man.
He look like he can still play.
100%. He's kind of like that Paul Postlesny build, just that like wide shoulder, thick neck, just looks like he's ready to kill you in the A gap.
Nickname Meathead 55. Yeah.
And since we were talking about Jags players here, right? You got to sit down with, if not the biggest name, one of the biggest names. How did you get a chance to go sit down with Fred Taylor and sit down and really break it down with him and talk to him?
Fred, he is probably he's top 3 of my favorite players all time.
He has to be. He's huge.
Like he's like a role model, but like we have a big brother, little brother relationship. I could text him, he'll text me. There was a time when my mom was in the hospital, and then when she passed away, Fred was one of the first people that reached out to me, because we kind of went through that similar thing. That relationship I had with my mom, he had the same type of relationship with his grandma. But how that conversation came about was I wanted to show people, because I'm known as a hype man, just a ball of energy, a ball of fun, and that's cool. It's cool. It's all that. But I'm more than that. Of
course.
And I wanted to show that. And I told Fred, like, hey, this is what I want to do, man. I want to do like a sit-down interview, like a one-on-one thing, and I'm going to do it right. And he was like, you just set it up and tell me when and where. If put enough time in between that, and then I'll be there. And that's exactly what I did. I got a cameraman. I got a whole studio, and we set it up. Even Fred, when he came in, he was pretty like, oh, man, this all right, you did it. And we just got to sit down and we had a conversation. And y'all can check that out. It's on YouTube. It's a conversation piece with Freddie T.
I was watching it before you got here today because I knew you interviewed and sat down with him, and then to actually sit there and listen to you guys talk about it, right? There's nothing wrong with putting the feelings in, putting something out there where it's a traumatic experience, obviously. Losing a parent, I haven't had that experience quite yet. My wife has. And really.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it was when I was 3, so it's been a while.
Still sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Yeah. But being vulnerable, it is a good thing to put that out there. And, a lot of people talk about Fred Taylor, they think of the football player and not the person behind it.
Correct.
Even though there's the pivot and everything that they're on where they really sit down and, they break it down with each other.
Break it down.
I remember there was the one interview with, it's terrible, I forget the LSU player's name, but the player that got hurt, and I think he was semi-paralyzed, and I think they sat down and talked with him for a little bit. He has like a problem speaking and everything now. He was like a LSU linebacker, but either way, them sitting there and really kind of giving that peek behind the curtain of a football player.
Yeah.
I listen to a bunch of sports podcasts. I'm a big Barstool fan as well. And because they get to sit down with all those people, and getting to learn the athletes has made me more interested in the storylines and actually looking at them as people and not just a product on the field.
Absolutely.
So was there ever, besides talking to him, is there anybody else who maybe you haven't had a chance to sit down and talk with yet? Or is there any other Jags players or even NFL players that are on your list that you would love to sit down and talk with?
Oh, there's plenty of guys that I want to sit down and talk to, other than Fred Taylor. I mean, obviously I'd like to sit down and talk with Travis Hunter.
Ball of energy right there.
Ball of energy for sure. I sat down with Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, really?
Wow.
But that was more on some football stuff. That was actually the day we drafted Travis Hunter.
Okay.
So over at Lemon Bar, and I got the one-on-one with BTJ. So that was kind of cool that the station, and they trusted me to do that. But also that was a thing, the guys can relate with me a little bit more. Or, the newer guys, the younger guys, they could just relate with me. So that's why I got that opportunity. But other guys who I would like to sit down and talk to, oh, man. LeBron James.
Oh, yeah. That'd be sweet.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart would be sweet.
DC Young Fly.
Oh yeah.
My buddy Marshawn Lynch. I'd like to sit down and like have a conversation with him, like
Beast
on the
Mode.
podcast. Beast Mode. He's fun. Just to name a few.
No, I understand. I love all that list, to be honest with you. Young Fly, because he was on Wild 'N Out and everything for a while, right?
Yeah, I love DC Young Fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's a mix of guys that I still want to sit down and talk with as well. When it came to like Jags players, obviously, there's the Lawrence and all of them as well. I would love to sit down with Tootin.
Okay.
I think he has kind of come out of nowhere and really, put it out there. Who else am I thinking? Wingard was another one.
Dewey. He'd be a fun one.
I think he'd be a real fun one as well. But when it came to like other people outside of that, I was trying to sit here and think like other podcasters. Really, I thought there's a big podcast called Diary of a CEO.
Okay.
And he basically sits down with the biggest names, like everybody from like Mr. Beast to people who run Fortune 500 companies, and you get to hear like behind the scenes and the ex-athletes with that as well. It's just, I think the whole thing that we both do is just so interesting. There's so much information, so much stuff to learn from
Absolutely.
it. Shannon, who would be someone you'd want to sit down? I don't know if I've ever asked. If there was anybody in the world you could sit down with, who would you want to talk to?
I don't know.
You don't know. There's somebody you want to talk to.
There has to be.
I mean, we watch a lot of YouTube like videos, so maybe like Lincoln Red or
It's a good show.
Colby and Sam.
The Ghost guys, Sam and Colby.
Okay.
Maybe things like that.
I don't know none of those folks.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing.
They do more YouTube videos. We don't watch TV much, so
Okay.
that's kind of
Good, because TV is the devil anyway.
Idle hands is the devil's playground, is what they say. So to switch gears here a little bit, we love nonprofits. We've sat down with many of them in the past, like the Dreams Come True Foundation here in Jacksonville, Operation to Uniform that helps veterans basically get back into the civilian world and learn the trades and traits on that.
Yeah.
So tell me all about your nonprofit, man. I love meeting people who are trying to help other people, whether it's people in schools, homeless people, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So feel free.
So nothing but an E thing. So it's crazy. At first, I was like, man, what am I going to call it? What am I going to call this thing? And then, like one day I was in the shower and it just hit me. I'm like, ain't nothing but an E thing, baby.
Oh, I like that.
So that's how it came. But how it all started was, it was December 2019, or maybe even 2018. That I was downtown and I was leaving the club. I was doing hood rat things with my friends. All right. So it was late. It was probably, I don't know, 1 a.m. I was walking to my car and it was cold outside. And I saw a homeless guy and he was sleeping like kind of in a corner trying to shelter himself from the cold. Mm-hmm. But his feet were sticking out. There's one thing that I hate. If I'm sleeping at night, if my feet are poked out from that blanket, like I'm waking up. I can't do it. And so I had a jacket on and I took the jacket off. I covered his feet. All right. Then I'm like, man, that's crazy because there's no way I could do this every night. Mm-hmm. And so it hit me. I was like, man, so I went and I did some research and I found out that socks were the least donated but most requested item by the less fortunate.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that.
I wouldn't even
right?
think that. Yeah.
Right. And we take stuff like that for granted. If one of my socks has a hole in it, both two socks going in the trash. Mm. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we operate because fortunately, like we don't have to deal with that type of plight. And so once I did that research and found that information out, it was like a group of my sisters actually. It was about 8 to 10 of us. We gathered up about 200 pairs of socks. We tied ribbons around it, like brand new pairs of socks, tied ribbons on them. And I would say about 12 people. We went downtown. It was cold, and we handed out all 200 pairs of socks.
That's really cool.
And that, like, it just felt so good to be able to do that. I was like, man, we did 200 pairs of socks. The following year, we went from 200 to 700. After that, we went from 700 to 1,100 bags.
Wow.
And in those bags, we put 2 pairs of socks, bottled water, a soap, hand sanitizer, all kinds of stuff. And then it just kept growing. It went from 1,100 to 1,500 the following year. But that was like COVID. So that's when masks were a thing.
Exactly.
So we added masks, the bottled waters. We even had like underwear and stuff. So it just kept growing and growing. And then all the people that wanted to help me just helped support. So it just got bigger and bigger. And then we had probably like 50 or 60 people downtown Jacksonville walking the streets handing out these bags. So it was just cool. It was fulfilling. It was our way of giving back to the less fortunate. I don't really like calling them homeless I just call them less fortunate because they're in a less fortunate situation. So that kind of grew its own legs. And so I ended up, I remember one year, it was a COVID year, so we did a kickball game. So we raised funds and brought awareness to that through a kickball game. And then from the kickball game, started doing a sneaker ball.
Okay.
So, and it's all to bring awareness to the cause of the less fortunate. So we would dress up, put on your nice suits, put on your nice gown, and it was a red carpet event, and pull out your sneakers.
I love it. Yeah.
It was a cool thing, man, and it kept growing. And so, like I said, once that started, it had its own legs. So I was like, you know what? I want to do something else. So I did a little more research, and I was lucky enough for the military to pay for both of my degrees and my barbering license. Not everybody is that fortunate. That's also when I kind of started getting into golf. I'm like, what if I did a golf tournament? I'm big on play on words. I'm like, hey, what I'm going to call it? E to the tea time.
Yeah.
That's where E to the tea time was born. And what that does is it allows me to help support students who want to continue post-high school education.
That's amazing.
Whether it's college, whether it's trade school, whatever it is, we raise funds. And this last year at E to the Tea Time, we were able to give $3,000 worth of scholarships to 3 students.
Oh, wow.
Right. And so we're just growing the brand, man. Just kind of, I'm a giver. That's my love language, is I'm a gifter. You know, I love giving. If I'm able to do it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what Nothing But an E thing is here for.
That's amazing, man. I love the whole backstory with it and everything, because a lot of people, that's like kind of like the dirty little secret about Jags is you go downtown, it's very unfortunate, right? Like you said, the less fortunate are out there, and there are homeless shelters down there, but obviously there's just so many people that are just down on their luck. And really, if from what I've seen, like past interviews with there's another show called Soft White Underbelly, where he goes down Skid Row of LA and like talks to people. And what I've seen from it a lot of the times is it's just you made one wrong decision, or you just got down on your luck one time, and now you're trying to come back. Obviously, there's other situations going on, but that's amazing. You're taking the time where a lot of people would be like, you know, I'm going to keep everything for myself. Why should I help someone else? It's amazing that you guys are going out there and doing that.
I don't got to do it myself.
Exactly.
You know, it's nothing but an E thing, but in essence, I should have called it nothing but a we thing, because I can't do it by myself. And luckily, I have a platform to project that out there. And like I said, remember, when you're a likable person, people want to help you and do stuff for you and with you. And so with the help of the community, not just Jacksonville, there's people in Washington, D.C. that's sending me stuff. I got people in California.
Oh, wow.
Because they want to be a part of it.
Of course.
And none of that could happen without all the support.
That's amazing, man. Yeah. And it's cool to see people coming together for a common goal.
Absolutely.
Right? There's so much division in the world nowadays with all this other BS going on, and a lot of people are trying to focus on that rather than thinking about, hey, we are all kind of the same. We are the same thing. You know, we all got blood. We all have air in our lungs. Why not come together to make something beautiful? Yeah,
the sneaker ball and the golf tournament. It brings people from all different paths, all different walks of life.
When do you do the golf tournaments?
The golf tournament, so there's 2. So the sneaker ball is around this time, December, January.
Nice.
The golf tournament is closer to the summer.
Nice. I would say I'll have to check that out.
It's a party, man.
Yeah. So how many people do you normally get out there for your events?
Oh, the tournament sells out.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to have too many people, because then that slows down the pace of play. But there's no carts left. I'll just tell you that. We don't have no carts.
Is it a new course every year?
So far, yeah.
Where have you played so far?
The first year was at Fleming Island. Second year was at Magnolia Point.
Oh.
And appreciate both of those venues.
Yeah.
And we just want to get it bigger and bigger every year.
That'd be sweet, man. Anytime you got something coming up, obviously I know you have your voice and everything. We love to help promote anything that's going on.
Absolutely.
So,
I appreciate that.
Of course. We got to go get on the golf course one day, man. We were talking about that.
Hey, I'm just here for the vibes. Just know that.
Oh, same. I ain't out here, breaking 60s and 70s,
I'm
man.
no scratch golfer.
No.
Well,
I'll scratch your back.
I saw you and a team won an event this past October.
I see what you did there. We did the 904 Open, and shout out to 904 Happy Hour and Charles Wagner Foundation for putting that on, because that's a tournament right there. And E to the Tea Time is like the baby version of the 904 Open.
Okay.
But my team did recently just win the 904 Open. But I say that loosely when I say we, because I like to say I was Pat Riley.
Yeah.
Because I literally put my team together. So it's like the way I describe it is like there's a group assignment, and then there's that one guy who contributes nothing but gets the same grade.
Yep.
That was me.
You were the manager.
I was the manager.
He was a
I brought
coach.
I was like, all right, go do y'all's thing. I'm here for the vibes. I'll swing it a couple of times. They use none of my shots.
It's okay.
The only thing I got to do is put it in, because every time if I had a decent drive off the box, they had two that was better.
I understand.
But it was a great time. It was a great event. It was for a great cause.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
What made you get into golf? Because that's one of those sports. There's usually some story. Either like your friends got into it. Like for example, for me, I before I worked in HVAC, I've always kind of worked in trade. So I did pest control before.
Yeah.
And went to a house that ended up getting abandoned, or people got evicted, or whatever it was. There was a full bag of Callaway clubs in the garage. So I called the rental company. I was like, "Hey, I see this in here. I know the people are gone. Do you guys want this?" Or like, "You can take it." And that was 4 years ago, and I've been golfing ever since.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man, it was full set. Not quite as long as I need. I need to go get fitted for everything, but it was the start. And man, I bet ever since I was able to really drive a ball, that's when the bug bit me, and I've just played ever since.
Well, my entrance to golf was a little different. The station, they have a tournament called the Guggen.
Okay.
And that's kind of what introduced me to it. I wasn't really playing yet. We did a golf day out with the drill, and it was like 72 golfers. They put it together in like a week.
Wow.
And I was like, we need to do this more often. But Dan and Jeff, them boys ain't moving around like that no more. I'm like, yo, let's do this more often. They weren't budging. I'm like, you know what? I was like, so what do y'all think if I put my own tournament together? They was like, go for it. Mm-hmm. So that's how Eat to the Tea Time came into fruition, is because of the golf day out. But I wasn't really playing yet. I just saw an avenue that I could get into, and something for my foundation. But what made me start playing was I tore my Achilles.
Oh,
yeah, I tore my Achilles playing pickleball.
Oh no! I mean, I can see how it happens. Me and her play pretty frequently back, like when it got hot. That's crazy.
But his buddy hurt his knee playing pickleball.
Yeah, I tore my Achilles playing pickleball, and obviously I was down. I couldn't do anything. Mm-hmm. But what I could do is when I could stand up, I could putt and I could chip.
Okay,
that's all that I could do, and that's kind of how I started getting into golf a little bit more.
That's pretty good. That's an interesting. I was not prepared for you to say I tore my knee, so I got into golf.
Yeah, I tore my Achilles playing pickleball, man.
Or not? Yeah, say your Achilles, not your knee. Man, that's pretty.
Oh, it was rough.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
Did it just pop whenever you were going to push off?
I heard it. Yeah, like I could close my eyes and like see the exact same moment. We were playing Caleb Sturgis.
Caleb Sturgis, off the top of my head,
former Gator.
That name escapes me at the current moment. Okay.
Well, he's a former Gator kicker, I believe. Really good pickleball player. So we had a team. It was me and the pro there, and it was Jeff Prosser and Caleb, and we were going back and forth volleying, and boom, he hit it. I saw it. I went for it, and it felt like I got shot in the back of my leg. Bow. My Achilles rolled up to the top of my calf.
So completely ripped.
Oh, it was gone.
Oh.
Yeah, it was gone.
Oh, my God.
And I tore it June 14th. I didn't have surgery till July 15th. Yeah, it was crazy.
Did you just have to wait?
I had to thug it out, man.
Whoo!
Yeah.
How do you thug that out?
I ain't had no other choice, man. The workers' comp.
Is there any kind of support they can give you to get you by for a little bit? Because that's a major injury.
No, I think I had a boot.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because I always think, the Kobe, right? He still goes and shoots free throw. I have no idea how he was able to do that.
Kobe's just a different guy.
Very true.
Kobe's a different guy. But some people, they don't feel it. Like, it's either you feel it or you don't whenever you tear your Achilles, which is crazy to me because that pain was yeah.
What was the recovery time for you on that?
8 months.
Wow. I mean, it makes sense, man.
Yeah,
that's a major thing, and you see that happening in the NFL very common right now. I find it weird how injuries have kind of popped up now that are a little more common, right? Like turf toe is a big conversation because it's such a cute. It sounds cutesy, but apparently it's a very painful situation. Like Joe Burrow, Brock Purdy this year has that, and they've been out for a while.
When you don't have that big toe, you're done.
Yeah.
But even with the Achilles injury, I'm still suffering from it mentally. There's a lot that I'm afraid of doing. It's a mental battle.
Oh yeah,
it could be healed, but it's just a lot that I'm afraid of doing.
Oh yeah, man. I say between that, or we've had a couple other guys on here. What was his name? The 7-on-7 guy, Shannon. The football player who played for Kansas.
Oh, I can picture him. I don't remember his name.
Can you look it up on the social media real quick?
Yeah.
He was telling me about went and played for KU, and he ended up tearing his knee, and that was kind of his mindset. He's just like, it just never quite was right again there. He ended up going and trying out for the NFL, almost made it on the Buffalo Bills team. I think it was Carl Neesmith. That's his name, Carl Neesmith, and he's still here in Jacksonville, and he started working on like the 7-on-7 tournaments and working with the kids around town to bring that more into play, help people get a little more shine.
Yeah.
And do you know Reek Bentley by chance?
Yeah, Reek, that's my guy.
Shout out Reek. He's been on here as well. Super cool dude. And
Reek, he that dude, man.
Yeah.
He wicked with that camera, too.
He is, man. We went and saw my brother plays for Atlantic Coast for Sandalwood High School.
Okay.
And he plays like defensive end, tight end, and Reek Bentley is the photographer and I think linebacker coach over at Atlantic Coast.
AC.
Yeah, went over there and said what's up to him, dapped him up. A couple of my buddies are alma mater there. I'm a Sandalwood Saint myself. And no, he's an amazing dude as well. The camera footage that he puts out there, the amount of different things he's involved in, whether it's taking pictures of houses, working with I forgot the dude, Corey Hastings. I say he's working with Corey Hastings now for his YouTube channel. But no, Reek is an amazing dude, especially Jacksonville Run Club. Yeah, huge here in Jacksonville.
Yeah. It started small, and it's huge. Yeah. Shout out to Reek and his team with that.
Yeah, man. No, that's the amazing thing about sitting here doing this show. We've sat down with, obviously, like you said, 185 people, and growing up, like I was here in Jacksonville and I thought I knew what the city was, and then you get a little older, right? You're not as full of piss and vinegar, thinking like, oh, I need to get out of the hometown,
right.
And just seeing how amazing Jacksonville has really become. The people out here, whether it's through art, whether it's through sports, radio, it's just amazing to see the talent that we actually have going on here.
We got a lot of tastemakers and movers and shakers here in the city. It makes me proud to be from the city of Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, and you said you have your own podcast as well, right?
Nothing But a Thang podcast.
Okay.
Yes, and that's kind of where the conversation with Fred Taylor came from, and I've interviewed a handful of people on there.
Nice. And how long have you been doing that for?
That's where Nothing But a Thang originally started. So that started a little bit before COVID, so I'd probably say about 2019.
So you were early in it because the podcasting game is kind of, obviously it's erupted. It's huge. Everybody and their mom has a podcast now. And, you know, I feel like that 2017, 2018 to like 19 was a sweet spot there where a lot of people got into it. And if you got into it early, you know, you could really start building up a little bit more. And like you said, it wasn't now where you go to Target and they're selling podcasts.
Absolutely.
They're selling podcast gear now. Yeah. And it's like, it's crazy to see how that's changed.
I started podcasting in 2017 with a group of guys. And my first podcast was called The Thread. Okay. And the idea is obviously like your conversation, like your text message thread. And shout out to Turk and Rhonda, Billy the Kid, and Rudy, who were a part of that with me. But yeah, the Thread Live. I ain't gonna lie, I started podcasting like a while ago, and then unfortunately I stopped because I graduated, so I didn't have a space for it anymore.
I understand.
It was when I was in school at FSCJ.
Okay. No, I understand.
Yeah, the Thread Live. But yeah, man, I've been in the game for a while.
And that's the thing. It's cool because just sitting here talking to you, I can tell how well like you're so comfortable sitting here in the chair, right? There's some people where we sit down and I have to get them warmed up, you know, ask them a couple questions here, like get them to know what's
icebreaker.
Yeah, you know, just really getting into it.
Nah, jump in it with your boy. Just jump right in.
Hey, I like it. So we are coming close to the end here. So I got a couple more questions. Did you have any questions, Shannon? I know we've been sitting here kind of going back and forth.
I had one question about your sneaker ball. So you said it's like a red carpet event and you get all dressed up in the sneakers. Is it like a mixer or like what?
Oh, no, it's a gala.
What is the event?
It's a gala. Okay. Yeah, it's a sneaker gala. So you come, and a lot of the guests, they'll bring socks, but a majority of the proceeds goes towards the less fortunate. So we partner with the Soulsbacher, and I'll even have some of them come. I've had some employees from the Soulsbacher, which is a homeless shelter downtown, and present them with a check.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's a cool event. And people like pull out some stuff because there's some people coming out with some heat for the sneaker ball.
I was right when you said that. I was thinking about it. I have a couple. I was a big Jordan fan growing up with playing ball and everything. I was a Jordan 5 fan. I love the Laney 5s, the white version, so all white leather, blue tongue, and yellow Jumpman. Favorite shoe to this day. I have some Charlotte Bobcat like 11s or 12s in the room. I was like, that would be the shoe I would wear.
Yeah.
They're all gray. They have all the names of the players at the time and the grooves in the bottom. I still have some. Whenever Kobe passed away, I made sure to hold on to a pair of Kobe's.
Ooh, which ones?
Oh, I'd have to pull them out there. I'd have to think. I got them probably like 10 years ago now, which is crazy.
I don't even
wear them anymore. They sit in the box, comfortable, and they're not so brand new where they break down. You know how shoes, if you don't wear them forever,
they dry rot.
Yeah, those things are compacted, they're comfortable and everything, but those will stay in the family. I'll hand those down to our kid, Shannon, because those things are going to be worth some money in the future.
What's funny about Kobe's, like my son, he's 10. Kobe Bryant is his favorite player. He loves Kyrie.
Yeah.
He loves Kobe. Those are his two guys. It's like, what? How do you know? Like, what? Yeah. YouTube.
I mean, the amount of highlights, the amount of just big moments for him when he was playing with Shaq and they won their championships. It was just a different time. There was 2 seconds left on the clock.
You know who's getting that ball?
Yeah, down by 1. Kobe's going to shoot that shot.
He's shooting it,
and 90% of the time he's making it. It's like him, LeBron, another guy, Ray Allen was one of those scary shooters too. You never wanted to see him with the ball, but Kobe was just a different mentality. And like me and him were talking about, Shannon, he tore his Achilles, and he knew it was torn.
And he shot 2 free throws?
Yeah, he made it through both of them. He got up, like limped his way over, shot, made both of them.
And then checked himself out the game.
Yeah. Like
he's like, I know what I got to do first.
Well, he's different.
He was one of those guys that the Mamba mentality, obviously.
Mamba mentality.
He was just a different guy. The intensity of him was just something different. So to get into the last couple of things here. So you said you're a father, right? How old's your child, if you don't mind me asking? 10?
Aiden's 10.
Okay.
8 to the T.
8 to the T.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was it? How old were you when you became a father? You said you're 39 now is what you said?
Yeah. When Aiden was born, I was 29.
29, right?
Yeah, I had to do the quick math.
I had to think about it for a second. Yeah. So what was that like, becoming a father, right?
Best thing in the world.
Because that's the biggest like change in life, right? You go from, you were with your significant other, you guys live with each other, do your thing, and then you become a parent, right? Obviously there's that shift there. Did it like work change for you, or did you have to like learn how to be a parent as well as doing the work that you do?
Yeah, well, it's a little different because also my son, he lives in Virginia.
Okay, gotcha.
So like long distance parenting is tough. It is difficult, but I always make sure I always remind my kid, hey, son, you know your daddy love you. Like I'm not scared to kiss my son, to hug him, to let him know that I love him, and I constantly remind him of that. And then we spend a lot of time here in the summer. When I tore my Achilles, actually, that was actually like a blessing in disguise for our relationship, because normally if I got to go to work, I got to drop him off at summer camp or something.
Yeah.
But when I tore my Achilles, I was at home all day, and he had to grow up quicker than I wanted him to that summer. But he's an amazing kid. He's a straight A student, and he's a great kid. Obviously, because I live in a 2-story building, and his room's upstairs. He's upstairs playing PlayStation. I'm downstairs. If I try to get up, my crutches would fall and hit the ceramic floor. All I could hear upstairs is, and then him running down the stairs. And then he peek his head around the corner. Dad, are you all right? Oh. I'm like, yeah, I'm good, son. But will you fix me a bowl of cereal since you're over here? And then he'll fix me a bowl of cereal. He's an amazing kid, man. He's a great kid.
That's so. Oh, go ahead, Shannon.
How long has he been in Virginia?
All his life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where his mom's from.
So, did you used to live up there as well?
I was stationed in that area, and that's where we met.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, man. I like me and Shannon are talking about now. We're in the process of looking at houses currently, and then that's kind of our next step. I'm 26, about to be 27. She's 27, about to be 28, and so we're going to be around that same range. And we always like to ask the parents, right? Because obviously I've grown up with a brother. He's 10 years younger than me, and I got to see what that was like, but not being the actual parent. I think it's just always cool and interesting talking to parents because it's a life change, right?
Oh, man.
And you're literally molding a piece of clay into a person.
You really are.
I find it amazing that people will do that, and they're just like, yeah, that's what we do.
You'll see all your little characteristics and traits in your kid. Like you'll see all of that stuff, and it's the best thing in the world. And I'll tell you this, as much as y'all love each other, y'all gonna love that kid even more.
I've heard, yeah.
That kid is gonna be everything to y'all. And it's a blessing to be a parent.
Yeah.
Like a good parent, because I had I had great parents. My dad, great parent, great dad. But my mom, that was my dog. I go see my mom every Thursday or every Wednesday. I get a haircut every week, every Wednesday. and nobody in the world can gas me up after a haircut like my mom. And so, and my barbershop's around the corner from where she's laid to rest. So every day after I go get a haircut, I'll literally go see her and like, hey, Ma, check me out. Check me out. You know, I'll clean off her cemetery. But great parents, your kids will never let your name die. You know, and that's like, I'll never let my mom's name die. And I just want Aiden, him to know that he has I want to be that great dad to him. So when I'm not here, people will tell him about what type of dad he has, or he'll remember what type of dad he had.
I think that's the way to do it, right? The way your story, as you said, is the way you're not forgotten is through your children and through the people that you touched in your life, right? And obviously you want to be remembered as a good person, the person that was there for it, because there's a lot of kids out there who don't get that, right?
Correct.
They don't get that love.
100%.
They don't, and you know, you just see it. No, that's amazing, man. And is he interested in what you do as well?
Not really.
I didn't know.
Not really. Like, I bring him to the station here and there, and not really. Now he does want to be a YouTuber, and he'll be pretty good with it. Like, if we had a channel together, which we talked about, he'll be pretty good with it. But he's into sports. He's into boys. He's a boy. So he's a true boy.
What's he playing?
He's like Travis Hunter. He plays both sides, receiver and corner. And now they're transitioning to basketball season. He'll be doing that.
Nice.
So yeah, he keeps it busy.
Good for you, man. And I wish my dad knew audio editing, video editing. This would make my life so much easier.
Right.
No, that's so freaking cool, man.
We'll have little competitions on CapCut.
Oh yeah.
Like we'll get the same clip, and we'll create a highlight out of it. So because I want him to learn about that stuff. So I'll say, take this clip of Jameson Williams, his highlights, and make like a highlight tape out of it. I taught him how to put music underneath the bed, and so we'll do stuff like that. So maybe it'll help him in the future.
I think it will definitely help, man. You're giving him a leg up, and I find that amazing. It's cool, like a little collaborative thing, right?
Oh yeah, I love doing it because that's my job. Like I enjoy editing, and to see him wanting to do it is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, man, getting out there and being able to put videos. And to be honest, in today's world, content creation is a part of the job. And it's all jobs.
Every job.
Even my company, an AC company, they do little skits.
Absolutely.
Like when we're in our downtime to post on social media.
Banking, car sales, it don't matter. It don't matter. Everybody needs a video editor.
Yeah, right. I need to figure out either start making a little more money, hire someone. But I find content creation fun because I also don't look at it as like, hey, obviously I hope it gets as many views as possible, but it doesn't break me down if it doesn't do well. It gives me a moment to sit down. I'm like, okay, maybe I can change this, try this out a little bit.
I look at my stuff over and over and over. Even after I post it, I'll look at it over and over and over to see what I can do better next time. Or what could I have done different?
Yeah, so we're getting to the end of the pod here, and as I said, thank you so much again for your time today. I know you had a busy schedule, and I hope this was a good experience.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed getting to meet you and everything.
Appreciate you.
Of course. So I got two final questions for you. What's the Jags ending? What's our record at the end of this season?
Oh man, come on, man. I infamously said before the season that we were going to be 12-5.
Okay, I like that.
That's what I said before the season, but man, they're making that 12-5 look tough right about now.
We got a big game this weekend against the Chargers.
Big game.
We've done it once, we can do it again.
I think, man, really, I think about 9 to 10 games is the ceiling.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say like 10-7, something like that. Unfortunately.
Right, unfortunately.
I still think we squeak into the playoffs.
I would love that, man.
I would too.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What do you think, Shannon? There's 17 games in the season, just so you're aware.
Thank you. And we're on week 10?
Yes. Or, no, we're week
11 now?
Yeah, I think we're week 11 now, if I remember.
And what's our current record? 4?
No, we have 5 wins and 4 losses.
5 and 4, and we had a bye week.
We had a bye week already, yeah.
4. I would say 13.
Oh.
We're winning out? You're saying we're winning out for the season?
Yep.
Oh.
No more losses.
All right, bet.
Hey, we've done it before though.
Yeah.
We not the 13 win part, but when we went and played against the Chargers in that crazy game, we did win out that season to make life easier.
We did.
I like it. I like it, Shannon.
Real optimistic.
Hey, this is her on the sports betting show
My
as
faith
well.
in the Jags.
Me and my boy, who are lifelong Jags fans, are sitting here just beat up and sad. And
Yeah.
then she's over here. She's like, no, we're going to do fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, like I said, I have one final question for you. Anytime it's someone's first time on the show, I always do like to ask them this question. And it's, do you feel successful? And if you do or do not, in what ways?
Oh, man. Well, that's a tough question because it's your perception is your reality. So absolutely, I feel successful. However, I'm not content because it's like if you're successful, then you feel like you're already at the top. You're good. I don't think I'm at the top. I don't think I'm good. I'm constantly working on my craft, and not even just my craft, but every space in my life. As a dad, my spiritual walk, as a friend, as a coworker, I'm constantly building on all of that. And so, the epitome of success, I'm not there yet, but I would like to be. It's kind of like what I said earlier. It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen a year from now. But if I keep on working on it, without a doubt, it will happen. But if I stop, 100%, it will not happen.
I like that. I like that. And there's a reason why we asked that question at the end there, because no one ever answers it the same. So that's why everybody's different, right? Some people, it's like financials. That's how they feel successful. Or some people, it's their job. Or some people, like you said, it's their kids. It's always an interesting ending question because I think it really gives the people a good insight on how you feel about your life and, you yourself and what you value.
It's like you said, it's whatever your perception is your reality.
Your perception is your reality.
Yeah, because we've had so many people answer the question now, and it's been one of our ending questions probably since almost damn near the beginning, right, Shannon? We've been.
It's a nice staple.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's one thing that we've enjoyed doing, and people have even asked and turned the question back on me on other shows in the past, and it really makes you sit there and have to think about it for a second to really reevaluate what your values are, whether it's in life, your work, all that kind of stuff. So it's just a fun question, and as I said, man, I thought it was a great answer.
Man, I got a fun question for both of y'all.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
This is a question I like to ask people, and it'll make you think. So if I put you in a room with 100 people, what are you the best at?
Staying quiet. Just kidding.
That's a really good question.
I mean, if
I like
put you
that.
in a room with 100 people, what are you the best at? And since is my question, I know the answer for me, but I want to hear it from you. I'll tell y'all to give you a little bit of time.
Okay.
But if you put me in a room full of 100 people, I feel like I'm the best at leaving a lasting impression, whether it was a positive or a negative impression. I would like for it to be positive, but I'm not for everybody. So, and I understand that. But you're going to remember me, whether it's my smile, whether it's our conversation, whether it's my voice, whatever it is. I know I'm going to leave a lasting impression. I know without a doubt you put me in. If we meet again, you're like, oh, you're that one guy that whatever it was. So mine is leaving a lasting impression.
I like that. I think that's a good answer because that's kind of somewhat what I was leaning towards as well. But I guess it would be more of making people feel good about themselves, right?
Okay.
I would say most times when I meet people, I'm very much interested about them.
Yeah.
I won't talk about myself very much, and I want to really let them know that they're being listened to rather than me watching them talk and then thinking of a question in my head rather than trying to go from them.
Yeah.
So I guess more making people feel heard or making people feel good about themselves and interested, I guess, is more what I would say. I like that question. That's a really good question.
like that?
I'm going to have to write that down
Go
for the
ahead,
future.
take that.
That's a really good
Just
question.
make sure you give me my credit.
100% credit on that. That's a good one.
I like that answer because I mean, as you could probably tell throughout this podcast, I'm not the talkative one. So I'm very good at listening, but I'm also not the best at advice. So you can vent to me and I'll listen. I'll be there for you and support you. But then I'm like, I don't know how to make things better if that's the situation. I don't know.
It's a difficult question. That was a good one.
I feel like I'm a very positive person. So I would, try and keep the energy light and make sure everyone's feeling good type of thing. I think that would be what I can think of.
That's your answer. That's
I
fair.
mean, unless you think there's something different that...
No, what I was going to say to play off of yours is I would say she's a very much an optimist.
I could tell.
As I was going to say, 13 games.
Yeah.
I feel like Shannon is the one, like, at least in my experience, obviously, we were together, dating 6 years and going on 10 years of being together in total now. Or, no,
We're
dated
dating
8
years.
Stop throwing numbers out there.
Sorry, broke college man at that time.
Past 9, maybe?
Yeah.
You
got your ring.
Yeah.
But throughout our whole time together, we've been through a lot. Whether it's me having to work 2 jobs 7 days a week to make ends meet. Same for her. She worked 2 jobs. We have a saying that goes very often is like, we're going to figure it out. At our lowest of lows, at not knowing how we're going to pay rent, we always have figured it out together. And she's not usually the downer type. I'm the one who gets down the dumps and like has like, I need to figure it out, or have these kinds of issues where Shannon's like, we're gonna get this, we're fine. Like there's something that we're gonna figure it out, and then like don't be down on yourself. So that's one thing I would say about her. So on my side of things,
ain't gonna lie, that's beautiful, man. Like what y'all got, I can feel it, I can see it. Obviously y'all podcast together. That's pretty cool, man.
Hey man, that's my rock right there. I told her 4 years ago that I wanted to start a podcast, and she did not even blink twice. She said, let's do it, let's figure it out. And she
said, we're going to figure it out.
Yeah,
figure it out.
Exactly. And, in days where I feel bad or I feel like I'm not doing enough, even though, work full time, still come out here and do this, she's just a great person, man. A great partner.
That's what's up, man.
That's what's up.
Good for y'all.
Well, I thought this was a good episode, man, and I hope you always know this is an open door. If you're ever around, or you got one of your events like the gala coming up, or the golfing events and everything, we would love to sit down and either talk, or hey, I would love to be involved in any of them as well.
Bet that up, man. Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Before we get out of here today, do you want to let everybody know where they can check you out on social media, the nonprofit, all that stuff? Feel free to let them know.
Like I said, my main platform is Instagram. Check me out at E2THET, as well as Nothin but a E Thing, NOTHIN but BUTAE Thing, THANG. Also, if you're in the area, or even if you're not, you can check us out on YouTube, The Drill, on 1010XL social media platforms. On YouTube, I'm on air from 6 to 10 Monday through Friday. Come check your boy out.
Yes, sir. Make sure you guys go check out everything that he does, man. Everything is amazing. Content's out there, obviously helping out a good cause. If you guys get involved or checking them out, and you found him through the Who Are You pod, let him know. Leave a comment on there saying, hey, saw you on the Who Are You pod. We love to see when everybody is cross-pollinating. Our listeners, our watchers are getting with the people that we're sitting down and talking with. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow to everything that we were just saying there. Also, while you're in the subscribing and following mood, make sure you guys give us a like, a follow, a subscribe on all the social media. It's going to be at Who Are You Pod, from everything from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the normal spots. YouTube channel, it's going to be Who Are You Podcast. You guys will be able to find all of our stuff for the Who Are You, as well as the DGen Bets podcast on there as well. Like I said, Who Are You Podcast. My final thing is, if you feel like you'd be a good fit for the show, feel free to shoot me a DM on any of our social media, or you can email me at whoareyoupod@yahoo.com. Like I said, artists, entrepreneurs, business owners, athletes, and you feel like you'd be a good fit, like I said, shoot me a message. But like I said, my man, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you, wifey, for being here for another
Always
week.
a pleasure.
And we will see you guys next week.
Come on, somebody.